Computer. Oh, I didn't get to nap yet.
We are live. That's all right. Firelight already beat you both. Firelight was like on it tonight, like half an hour early. Where is my? Where? Nigel, where's? Oh, it's over there. Nigel has it. I'm sorry. Here's my sketchboard. I'm sorry I took it away from you. Were you using that as a pillow? Disgruntlement. Oh my goodness.
It was good. Mine was a good ad. Mine was an ad about Octopath Traveler.
Mine.
I tried that game. I couldn't get into it.
Is about an assembling a miniature engine.
All right.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I feel like my tea needs like a little milk or something. It's a little bit bitter.
Yeah, or honey. Yeah.
Or both. Should I abandon the stream to go put honey and milk in my tea?
No, you should abandon your stream to put honey in the tea, and then I can go entertain them. I would not put milk in. There are lemon peels or lemon in it, not just lemon grass. And milk and lemon directly do not go well together.
Okay. So I should put honey in it, and then you will entertain them while I go do that?
Yes.
You can show them your little beard pet.
I can.
Everybody will admire Adam's little beard pet while I'm gone. All right, I'm abandoning to go put honey in my tea.
You are leaving your stream in expert hands. You're not abandoning, you're upgrading. Yes.
Remember when you tried to draw something?
I'm not a drawing upgrade, but let's see. I'm not used to being in front of, so yes, I have. This is my prototype, third run of my prototype, which is my little serpent dragon. And I'm not used to showing things off in front of camera, so I keep doing things backwards.
Yeah, I know. You gotta do like the makeup influencer hand behind.
Yeah, so the camera will focus.
And my goal is, obviously, I've been doing fun stuff with my beard and beads, and I'm trying to figure out how to do like cool critters and dragons. And I ended up putting magnets in the bottom of the serpent, and now I've got little beads that I can use who also have magnets, and then they stick in my beard. And this is the prototype, and it worked out really well and is stronger than I expected. So now I'm probably going to do a much longer dragon that can kind of like circle around and like go much longer down. And yeah, do fun colors. And if any of you all have long hair other than beards and like to do braids and have like fun things in them, it would be an option. You can 3D print, or maybe you can poke Julie in and maybe she can do a Patreon or a special order and get you some cool, fun stuff.
Oh, and Adam, would you ever consider at a certain, like a high up patron level, 3D printing rewards?
So if you didn't hear Julian in the distance, she's like, oh, Adam, would you ever, at a high up Patreon level, consider 3D printing rewards? And yes, I would. And I, in fact, have some ideas of some cool 3D print projects that we could do as like giveaways or themes around some of her books. She does a lot of 2D art, as some of you on this stream to watch her do 2D art might be aware.
Maybe.
And she does 2D art about her characters and or just some of the 2D art that she does on these streams. And it would be really easy to convert those to a very flat 3D print image. So, but what you're really getting is not like a 3D print image, but a fun,
Keep talking.
but a fun postcard that is a different texture and a different color. Like we could, you draw your postcards, we could transfer to 3D print your postcards, and we could have a rigid, plastic, colorful postcard of what you drew.
I wonder how much postage that would cost.
It would probably be just a normal stamp again. And we could do
All right, get out of my spot.
I am enhancing your stream right now.
Stop it now. Stop enhancing. Back to regular quality stream, everybody.
I could, you do character art for your characters in your books, and we could do special 2D printed or prints, or even 3D prints of your characters, do little minis, or do a card of them and send them out to people. With lots of options.
All right. Well, that was Adam's pitch, which may or may not come to pass. Somebody said craft time with Adam. Firelight has been unwell this week.
Oh no.
Well, if you have to fall asleep to the sultry sound of my bitching, it's what more could I really ask? Let's see. Catching up. Oh, Bunny says their spouse would love that for their beard. I'm also reading Or Was Held Hostage by Compulsive Heterosexuality, which would be, I believe, the Oro portion of the Dueling Crowns book. Ooh, Firelight also suggests bookmarks for your 3D printing plan. That's also a good idea.
Yes, bookmarks would be really good, especially if we did like a couple of your characters on a bookmark or one character bookmark. These are very easy things to do. And if we're keeping it simple, it would be easier for me to do multiple, like more than just 4 colors. Like I could do like 4 colors on the background and then 4 colors of your character on top of it.
Oh my gosh, another ad already? I told it to do limited ads.
Yeah, I just know there's another one. See, this is why it's too bad that somebody outbid us on that printing press.
Right? That's all
right. Cool. So tonight's theme, everyone, is It's Cold as Balls. Uh-oh, darn it all. I accidentally turned on the PlayStation.
Why'd you turn it off?
It wasn't, you weren't using the PlayStation, you were using the Xbox, right?
Oh,
I thought you were using the PlayStation, and I wanted to make sure it didn't fall asleep, so you have to enter everything all over again. But now I may have caused it to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Something nobody else cares about. But yes, tonight's theme is It's Cold as Balls, because here in Wisconsin, it is like temperatures of like negative single digits, but feels like temperatures of negative double digits. Like the other day I went to take care of the horses and I looked at my weather app and it was like, yeah, negative like 5, but the feels like was like negative 21. And I was like, good, great. I love having skin under these conditions. All right, so I'm gonna just start drawing because I usually start out with something from me, and then y'all can start with your ideas, and Adam will start to compile them, hopefully.
All right, Cool Imp has our first suggestion from the audience, which is a frost dragon, and it's a solid suggestion for Julian. Firelight says they're starting their unhinged ideas, and aha, there it is. First one, Samoyed, covering Frosty's arms. Does anyone know who Samoyed is?
A Samoyed, but it's a breed of dog.
Oh.
I don't know why it's covering Frosty's arms.
Doggy.
Maybe stealing one of Frosty's arms because he's a snowman?
So I think it's Frosty the Snowman? No. I'm confused as well. Firelight, we're confused.
Firelight's probably like, wow, these people are dumb.
I interpret it the same way. That's probably not much of a help. Stick.
Okay, Frosty the Snowman with stick arms, and then a Samoyed, let me see, covering Frosty's arms.
Coveting? Like,
but Firelight does also appreciate the frigid Bigfoot as a suggestion.
Adam knew there would be so many Bigfoot suggestions, and I'd have to keep breaking everyone's hearts with my refusal to draw Bigfoot.
Now, this one, he's in the snow and cold, so you don't have to draw his feet because his feet are buried in the snow.
I don't know if it was a dream or like an idea when I was half awake of like something that I thought at the time because I was mostly asleep was fucking hilarious. Of like a way to troll everybody who wants me to draw a Bigfoot, and now I can't remember what it was.
All right, here we go.
Human with big hands.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something dumb and probably not actually as funny as I thought it was when I was mostly asleep.
All right, I've been corrected in chat. Coveting,
okay.
Frosty's arms.
Okay.
Because it's a doggy liking sticks.
I was wondering if it was going to be
stick.
something like just like that.
I'm sorry, but I'm a little dense and a little blind.
You're a little dyslexic as well. So that doesn't help.
Let's see.
Oh, next suggestion from Cool If. One of your ferrets curled around Frost's hat.
Ooh.
Cat Endress says Maeve and Val on a dog sled.
Wonder how they do on a dog sled.
And
Sounds like a recipe for disaster, honestly.
they also suggest a one ferret open sleigh.
Yeah. See, Valentine would be extremely confident that he could drive a dog sled, and he'd be there for like 10 seconds on the back, like mush, and then they'd go and he'd fall off the back.
I see like a little dot in the background with an arrow.
And then eventually Maeve gets sick of his shit and makes a concoction that reminds her of their destination, and so gives it to the dogs, and they're like, aha! And then just take off and head to the destination with them. There's like no driving involved. They just have to hold on.
It's like everybody who thinks that they can sit on a horse for the first time and go riding off at a gallop. That's not how that works. I imagine dog sledding is similar. Those people make it look easy. I'm sure it's easy.
Yeah, it can't be hard.
Although I think I might make my next, I might go rogue and make my next picture one of mine as well, because when I was young, I was obsessed with the movie Balto, because I was obsessed with dogs. And I had my own fan fiction characters from Balto, so I might draw because I remember the lead dog. I might draw him because I can. It's my stream. I have the power.
Oh my God. Did you mention the Husky Christmas Carolers?
Not yet.
Husky Christmas Carolers? I mean...
All right. So
Huskies would do that.
Firelight is being forgiving of me. They call out that autocorrect did indeed shift it to covering the first time.
Okay. So it was not, in fact, Adam's dyslexia or near and farsightedness coming into play.
We are getting some upvotes for the ferret sled or the one ferret open sleigh.
It does mean I have to try and figure out how to draw a sled.
And then also, would it be a ferret going forward and it being towed behind it, or would it be that the ferret just like grabbed it in its mouth and is dragging it?
It's dragging the sled away.
Cool Imp says, because I just watched a video about a bad book, Swan Princess not being sexually assaulted by the director.
That is oddly specific.
I think it's based off the video about a book they just watched.
I have no idea what that's about. Who is the director? All right, so here's my first one of the night. It is just a cute kitty and a little ratty enjoying watching a Christmas movie, probably, or some kind of movie. It could be a horror movie. Who knows? But they're hanging out, they're vibing together. They're cozy. Are they friends? Did the rat sneak in there and the cat has no idea? Who knows? All right, now I'm gonna be a nerd and draw my fan fiction dog from Balto.
But first, you must at least hear the newest, which is Bigfoot and Yeti doing the Spider-Man point at each other, or a Yeti with a Pepsi.
With is Yeti like? Do they use Yetis to advertise Pepsis?
I mean, they use polar bears for Coca-Cola. They might use Yetis for Pepsis. I feel like Yeti should do spaghetti, like the rhyme and alliteration.
SpaghettiOs would be funny.
I feel like there's probably an off-brand of SpaghettiOs somewhere in the world called Yeti Spaghetti.
So Cool Imp shares the book is Dance of the Sugar Plum. It's yet another dark romance that hides behind the phrase dark to justify the abuse throughout the book.
Yeah, you can write whatever fucked up thing you want, and if anybody's like, "Hey, that was fucked up," you just go, "Well, it's dark. It's a dark romance."
Yeah. Number 5, unhinged idea from Firelight. Fresno Nightcrawler dressed as a Santa girl. Just to make sure we're on the same page, what is a Santa girl?
My mind immediately goes to an elf movie when he gifts his dad the little like Santa lingerie.
I'm assuming it's like kind of like somebody who you would expect to be singing the song Santa Baby.
Yeah.
Little skimpy outfit, probably fishnets. I've already drawn the Fresno Nightcrawler with fishnets. So.
Yes,
Or
but this would with fishnets?
Mhm.
Did you?
Or
Yeah.
What's the movie where it's like You Can't Sit With Us?
Mean Girls?
Yeah, don't they do like the
Oh yeah,
Santa
their
song?
outfits that they have for that one.
Oh,
Yep,
I guess
yep.
right.
Firelight confirms yes, like the dancer scene in Mean Girls.
Man, when you try to draw your own fan creation and you can't get it right, it's embarrassing.
And Firelight also confirms, since Coke uses polar bears, Pepsi should also use a snow creature, cold creature, and they say Yeti and Pepsi rhyme.
That is a slant rhyme, if anything.
I definitely I agree they feel like they should rhyme, but they do not rhyme. Let's see. Candybug says, "What is it too much to make the lady as dark as her man in a dark romance? It'd be far more interesting to have the woman also be as messed up as the man and using him just as much as he's using her." Yeah, if you're gonna do that creepy asshole shit, make it go both ways.
I mean, in some of them, the girl is into all of the weird bullshit the guy is into, but it always ends up being a power fantasy for the guy. Like, it's never she wants to step on his balls or anything like that. It's always she's really into being punished or something.
Yeah.
But like darker than I can talk about on a good Christian YouTube channel that I have.
We're supposed to be cozy tonight, Julian.
I didn't bring up the topic.
Cool. Shares. Wasn't that the premise of The Butcher and the Wren, or whatever it was called?
There's one called Butcher and Blackbird, and I read a book called Butcher and the Wren, I'm pretty sure. Maybe? But it wasn't, that one was like something else.
I apologize to the stream if Adam doesn't keep the vibe and energy up super well tonight. I stayed up super late for myself last night and got up, not super early, but I got up at a reasonable time today. So I am sleepy and it is dark out.
It is dark out.
And Coolum confirms, yeah, Butchered and the Blackbird, that's it. 2 serial killers calling love.
But like, from my understanding of that one, like he's still way worse and more twisted than her. I've only seen reviews of it, but
we do have. Oh, how many postcards do we need to do today?
we're doing 9 postcards.
Goodness, 9.
It's actually kind of like my normal amount.
There are often 7 or 8s. 9s are definitely the toppest.
Oh gosh, Coolum has you beat.
Uh-oh.
They had to do a Linux admin maintenance, and they haven't slept properly since 7 a.m. yesterday.
Ew. Yeah, that's like I stayed up late having fun and drinking with friends and stuff. Not being tortured by Linux. Linux maintenance.
Woof.
So we do have, what is it? We got 9 cards. 2 are being drawn, so we have 7 more to go. We do have a decent list of suggestions, but feel free to keep brainstorming. And 7 more to go in the theme of cold as balls. Nope. Firelight mentions bringing back my cowardly lion home alone.
Jojo, she's crawling into a box over there.
I was like, did one of the ferrets escape?
I know, I kept hearing noises on her. She's just crawling into boxes. It's fine. All right, here he is, everyone. My Balto fanfiction dog, the leader of my imaginary sled team. His name is the Mighty Quinn from the song. And he's obviously you can't tell his color right now, but he's like a red color when he's colored in. He's a cute boy.
He is a cute boy.
All right, now I have to figure out what are the suggestions I want to draw.
Our suggestions: Cowardly Lion, Home Alone, or in Home Alone, Fresno Nightcrawler as a Santa Girl, Yeti with a Pepsi, or Yeti with Yeti if you take the Adam twist. Bigfoot and a Yeti doing the Spider-Man pointing, husky Christmas carolers, a 1 ferret open sleigh, Maeve and Val on a dog sled, ferret around Frosty the Snowman's hat, a frigid Bigfoot cold in the snow, a Samoyed puppy dog who is pining after Frosty the Snowman's arms, coveting the arms, and then a frost dragon as our final option.
Jojo is attacking Cassidy because Cassidy is trying to crochet, yes?
Knit,
Knit, okay. Cassidy is attempting to knit something with string, and Jojo has made it
It's Jojo's now.
her business.
Welcome.
I'll teach Cassidy to try to do crafts in his house. By the way, if anyone's wondering, the breed of the Mighty Quinn, he is an Eskimo dog. Jojo, that is unhelpful.
Cattybug supports Giorgio's actions.
She doesn't need support. All right, I'm gonna do the 1 ferret open sleigh because a lot of people liked that one.
All right, we do have upvotes for the Frost Dragon, but yes, the 1 ferret open sleigh was popular. Which will give us 6 more postcards after this. Luna Moose says hello and asks, how late am I? 23 minutes into the stream. We 2 postcards down, the 3rd being drawn, 6 more to go. So you got about 2/3 of the stream to go. Although maybe a little bit less because we did have a cool, spectacular, quite amazing intro on the stream by Adam while Julian was not drawing. And the theme today, Luna Muse, is cold as balls. All right, catching up to the chat. Some conversation we missed before. Cannybug says, I have to say, in the Oro novel, it's weird he keeps saying he's losing his mind over and over, like he's being infected by a brain parasite that makes him obsessed with Isla's green eyes and voice.
I mean, do we have proof that Isla is not infecting people with a brain parasite? I kind of think maybe she is. I am slightly concerned that Isla is, in fact, infecting people with a brain parasite, and that's why everybody who meets her is obsessed with her. And that's why, like, Cleo's immune, because Cleo stays away from her. Ooh. And headcanon. Hey, I'm making up headcanon now. The brain parasite doesn't work well in cold temperatures. And Cleo is always hitting Isla with, like, ice and cold water. So that's why Cleo is always immune to the brain parasite. And also why Isla has so much trouble with cold water, just in general.
New in the chat on the same topic from Trope Trinity. Could Isla be using seductress magic?
Everybody thinks she is, and they're like, no, she's not, because her powers are being kept at bay. But I'm like, are we sure? Are we positive?
And then a little bit earlier on this topic, Candy says, that is what I meant. Seems he's being forced or held hostage to love Isla. All he talks about is how loving Isla causes it literal pain.
I mean, to be fair, being around Isla causes me literal pain too, for very different reasons.
Firelight shares that they unfortunately have been confined to bed this weekend, basically awake maybe 3 hours at a time, day and night, Saturday, which we appreciate you spending your wakefulness time with us. We understand how the cold and the weather sickness can really drag you down. We have another vote for Frost Dragon, and several comments about loving your puppy that you drew, and then Howley, and then puppy. John Young says hello, and they apologize if they missed the last stream, but they're here now. Welcome, John Young. Glad to have you.
The last stream was pretty chaotic, as I recall.
I'm not sure if this is a recommendation or part of another chat thread, but Candy mentions Cleo is also naturally cold thanks to her magic.
But then again, Grimm is supposed to be cold to the touch, and he definitely gets infected with the brainworm. However, Aster seems to have forgotten that fact in these novellas, so maybe he's not actually cold to the touch anymore.
Theme tonight is cold as balls, and I threw that in the chat and mostly typed it correctly. And Kat Endress, hello, gives us singing the tune. Baby, it's cold outside. Or I really must go. Baby, it's cold outside.
I'm not going anywhere. Cold outside.
I think that's a comment on the essay Dark topic, as well as a combination of the cold as balls topic.
Jojo. I look over and Joe is holding Cassidy hostage. Adam, maybe you can help.
I mean, I could help.
She's like on Cassidy's chest, like fully like.
Hold on, climbed up me with the yarn and like the needles in her mouth. It's like I live here now. Alright, Georgia, you win.
Maybe she'll become distracted by another box and you can try again.
That's okay. It wasn't meant to be.
Time Cassidy's like, I'll craft during a session. No. Giorgio says you will not do this thing.
So Kulin doesn't think it's the case with Isla. I think referring to using magic to make them love her. She's better written than Empress Teresa, who seemed to use space, spooge, alien magic powers to make the world love her.
Yeah, but like saying she's better than Empress Teresa is like saying this pile of poop is slightly better shaped than that pile of poop.
There's a fiber.
Yeah, that one has hardly any corn in it.
Hey, I have to say that the distinguished shapes of these scatological formations is what really sets them apart. I mean, that is really the distinguishing factor in quality.
Adam is the expert on poop.
You know, its creation and easy flow has become an important and pivotal part of my life.
That's what happens when you get old, everyone. That's what you can look forward to. All right, I did my best here with this one because I wanted to do the idea of the ferret running away with the sleigh, but like I mostly focused on the ferret, and so I just kind of had a regular old sled that it's pulling, but it's definitely running away with it. Perhaps there was once a child in the sled. It's not there anymore though, because the ferret ran away with the sled and the child fell out.
We have a new suggestion from John Young about would you draw an epic version of a snowman? What about a snowman? Could you draw an epic Frosty the Snowman?
What does
or
epic Frosty
snowman?
the Snowman look like?
That is an excellent question. Do we have any clarification around it? I mean, some people might say that an epic Frosty the Snowman has a ferret wrapped around their hat, or
Sure.
that an epic Frosty the Snowman has a Simiarad doggy
Samoyed?
lusting. What?
It's a Samoyed.
Samoyed?
Oh my god, another commercial?
Another commercial. It's the
Yeah.
holidays. They gotta get their money.
This is the version of light commercials for the holidays. All right, I'll do the snowman.
Okay, but like
Not the epic one. I have no
John,
idea
give
what
us-
an epic snowman looks like. I'm starting with a different snowman.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Young, you've got time to give descriptions of what an epic snowman is as we get one of the other snowmen drawn. What is the one you're working on so I can check it off the list?
I'm combining the ferret and the Samoyed one.
Ah, that's cheating and means we need
No,
more
that's
ideas.
that's efficient.
All right, let me catch up to the chat. Trope Trinity Triple T says, I've noticed that sometimes authors' favorite characters are the worst written ones, aka Oro versus Grimm.
A lot of it comes down to because you know the character really well, or at least you think you do, you assume that your reader also already loves them. Like, you don't have to do any work because you love them, so your reader also already loves them.
And Candy shares, it must be the frost magic specifically that the Isla brain parasite does not like.
So like Grimm's just sort of natural physical coldness isn't enough. It's got to be magic cold.
Luna Muse also concurs, better written than Empress Teresa, that is a low bar.
That is the limbo bar in hell.
And we got, let's see, Candy Bud. Esther accidentally made Oro a mildly more in-depth romantasy man character because Oro likes something that isn't just violence and sex with the MC lady. It's honey and tea. The bar is really low.
Okay, I found a difference between top and all messages. YouTube was hiding that from me because I had to refresh.
Oh,
That's weird.
yeah, that is weird. Silly YouTube. I'm pretty sure I got mine. Let me double check that I do have mine. Yeah, I've got mine
Yeah.
switched to live, which should be all.
That's how you can tell, though, that Oro is not endgame, because he has other stuff on his mind besides Isla. And everybody knows that the endgame boy can't have anything on their mind except Isla.
Coolim's like, yeah, never said it was a high bar. We got some clarity from Mr. Young that their epic snowman is kind of like an abominable snowman.
Abominable snowman?
Maybe.
An abdominal snowman just has really nice abs. So that's the abominable snowman you get from Temu. It's the abdominal snowman.
It does-
Trope Trinity appreciates your call out about the live and top settings. Trope Trinity was curious as to why Adam kept reading out something I couldn't see.
Yeah, this was the first time I could tell the difference. The abdominal snowman does remind me of the heat miser, snow miser, like Christmas winter movies,
Mm.
and the little yeti abdominal, like the white creature that came out with all of its claws.
Yeah. Starlight shares they found a sci-fi romance on Goodreads they liked the look of, but then I recognized it was by the author of Ice Planet Barbarians. That was close.
From what I've heard, if you want to read some smutty smut, you could do worse than Ice Planet Barbarians. Like, from what I have heard.
All right. We have an update on the abominable snowman from Firelight, the abominable snowman and the Yeti doing the Spider-Man pose meme.
I like the idea of the abdominal snowman. It's way more fun.
Alright. And we've got Candybug says, yep, Oro only cares for Isla, but also he thinks about Grim just as much as her. So my private chat group are all now claiming Oro is a closeted bi-pan man.
He stops thinking about Grim as much as the story goes on.
All right. I need to tap out for a moment, Cassidy, so you're on point.
Firelight also is going to be right back.
But also, like, Oro has other friends that he likes and who like him and who he hangs out with, which is Grim could never. Mostly because Grim kills everybody, always.
So maybe Orio's not thinking about Grim as much and will have a healthy relationship with Grim at the end.
I just want to know how long Isla stays gone in the next book before she just shows back up and it's like, I'm back, everyone. Aster loves a good summarizing versus actually having a scene. She likes to summarize it instead. So maybe it'll just be like, Isla was gone for 3 months, but she's back now. That'll be the opening chapter.
Kate Andrews says, abs and cold. Is Grim an abdominal snowman?
I don't know why he has abs. He never does any workouts. I just drew a doggy, and now I'm having trouble drawing another doggy.
The snowman taking snowballs to like make abs.
Just patting it on there.
Lunar Muse says they're magic abs.
Abs, magic abs.
Oh, we did miss Kate Andrews' song adaptation. It's like, I really must go. Maybe it's cold as balls. Should probably be today's version of Elf.
Yep.
Oh, Cool Imp in with a suggestion. Husk and angel dust under a blanket together.
I have only seen the first season of that show.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second season yet either.
I've heard mixed things about the second season. Some people love it, some people hate it. I was never attached enough to the show. Like some people have made that show their whole personality, and I'm just like, it was fine.
Yeah, the music was stuck in my head for a bit.
Yeah, mostly because it was pretty inescapable.
Yeah. That was about it. Trope Trinity asks, what was everyone's favorite book this year, or favorite books?
Ooh, spoilers for my inevitably very unpopular video about my best and worst of the year.
I report it on every year.
I did not have a very good reading year. It's pretty disappointing. I don't know where the good books are hiding, but they are hiding from me. Now I have Baby It's Cold Outside stuck in my head.
Oh no.
Yeah, afraid so. All right, here we go. Here we have it. Snowman with the ferret. I put the ferret around his neck because it's trying to steal his buttons. The rabbit wants his carrot, and the doggy is going after the arm. So we got everybody in on the action here.
Oh, you could make a Bobby poster.
Oh, Bobby! Oh yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Okay. So people who are on my Discord know that we have a rare bird in our yard, who is a northern bobwhite, who is not native to this area. We call him Bobby the bobwhite, and he is fucking adorable. I haven't been like widely posting about it because I just don't want the internet telling me everything I should be doing for this bird. I give him seed every day. He's very spoiled for an outdoor bird. He's our very own shiny Pokemon. But he is so round right now. I need to look at a picture of a bobwhite. But Bobby right now, orb. So you should all become my patrons and then join my Discord, and then you can see pictures of Bobby the Bobwhite.
Trope Tranny says they do bobwhite surveys for work.
Oh yeah. Come do a bobwhite survey. I did report him to the DNR because he's not native to this area.
To this county.
County.
First sighting in this county.
Yeah, he's not super not native to the area, but to our very small area of Wisconsin, he is not native to. So he definitely escaped from a breeding facility, but he's living his best life, on our porch, basically.
Yeah.
The spoiled little orb.
So Cool Imp says their favorite book this year is The Black Tongue Thief. I would say Julian's favorite book this year is Bridge Over Brighthaven.
Blood Over Brighthaven.
Blood Over Brighthaven. Yeah, that one. But
I mean, I can't say for sure because I don't want to spoil. I want everybody to watch my video about my favorites and least favorites of the year. But we'll say that Blood Over Brighthaven did quite well in my ranking.
Kate Andrews does apologize for that song being stuck in your head now.
As you should.
And they say that the poor snowman is outnumbered.
He is. He's in danger. He's that meme. I'm in danger.
People in the chat, feel free to throw in what their favorite books are. The Black Tongue Thief is Cool Imp's.
Also, keep coming with those ideas, everybody.
I don't want to set I could do my traditional, The Wheel of Time remains my favorite book. It is definitely my most read book of 2025.
If reading can be counted as falling asleep too.
And I've read so many this year. It's with the same 2 books.
I think there was a Murderbot book that I read this year, came out this year, and I think I might put that one as my favorite. There are many books that I enjoy this year.
Dungeon Crawler Carl wasn't your favorite?
I enjoyed it, and if they it exists. The whole series exists to me as a book right now because I kind of read it back to back, and it definitely
it's a really long book.
Got my attention and scratched an itch. But the ending or last 2 books were kind of disappointing-ish. Didn't go The Wheel of Time. Every book is 13 books, and every book is a distinctly different book. Even the last book, which was like 3 different books, or one book spawned out into 3 different books, and the last battle chapter is like one chapter that's half a book long. Like even those are like every book is a different story, a different book. And Dungeon Crawler Carl is a lot of like just the same book over and over again, the same thing, the same story beats. And when
Probably why one of the reasons it's so popular.
Indeed, which like I enjoyed it, but that keeps it from being my top book of the year, I think.
It was like almost like a Western, different quest, same font, like Mandalorian.
Yeah. I mean, it's on our Audible and that you can borrow. I would recommend you listening to it on long car rides or train rides or plane rides.
That's true, although I do have
Bridge over Bright Haven. What was
Blood
the
over-
other one?
Blood over Bright Haven.
What was Blood? Anyways, what was the other one? Did we? Oh no, that was the one. You were supposed to read Blood over Bright Haven while Julie and I were reading
I need to
Crawler
get
Carl.
your passwords. I transitioned phones and it lost everything.
Alright.
Hey, Andres says they need to be better about writing down what they read.
Right.
That's what Goodreads. I mean, everybody hates Goodreads now, but it's useful for me to keep track of like what I have read.
Lunar Muse says they're debating reading Jurassic Park or Lost World. They're not the biggest horror fan though, so.
I don't know if would you call that horror though, really? More of a thriller, I think. Thriller with dinosaurs. Dinosaur thriller.
Hedgehog Dilemma says beep beep. Hello, Hedgehog Dilemma. Welcome to our chat.
Hello.
Coolimp says they didn't like Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's not bad or anything, just not for them. And yeah, like the most of Dungeon Crawler Carl is the idea. And if you like that idea in the world, then like cool, you'll have fun in it. But if you don't like that idea,
gimmick that he's got a gimmick and he uses that gimmick to the nth degree. But if you get bored of the gimmick quickly, which I did, you're like, all right. Like you have to be in love with the gimmick.
Trilogy deleted a message. How could you take this away from me? Bug says, I'm like an urban fantasy called The Legacy of Magic series by an indie author about a 30-year-old half-dwarf woman who likes fixing houses while trying to find out what happened to her missing mom.
Ooh.
Huh. That is a fun sounding, interesting sounding one. Let's see. Legacy of Magic is the recommendation.
As evidenced by my probable favorite of the year, I am one of those obnoxious people who, at this point in my life, I don't just want a book to be fun anymore. I want it to, like, say something. And Dungeon Crawler Carl is just fun. Like, it kind of wants to say something, but not anything terribly complex.
In the later half of the series, it starts to say things slowly. And I think you'd go along with the message. You'd like the message that it slowly says. Where do we go? Hedgehog Dilemma says they use Storyograph and Goodreads to track what they've read. Sci-fi writer number 1 says their favorite book so far this year is either Blood over Bright Haven or Project Hail Mary. I am looking forward to that movie coming out next year. I hope it lives up to the book. Sci-fi writer says, I still need to read Atmosphere. From what I have heard about, it is probably going to be their favorite. You do have 2 weeks to get it in. You could read it. It could be your new favorite for 2025.
Yeah, everybody's already putting out there, like, my favorites of the year. And I'm like, the year's not over, guys.
Yeah.
You don't plan to read anything in the last, like, little bit? I am reading something right now that I think I might like, if it sticks the landing. It's called The Grace Year. Some of you might be familiar with it. It's been around for a little while, I think. And, like, at first I was worried, but I'm like, I'm going to give you a chance to not go in the direction I think you're going to go. And so far it has not gone in the direction I thought it was going to go. So I have hopes that it will stick the landing for me.
Triple T is trying to be your favorite, Julian. They say their 5 stars for this year were The Wolf and the Hawk, Bleed More, Body More, and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I mean, you're definitely getting points. Have they made any suggestions for what I should draw?
I'm behind on the chat. I'm Cassie, if you can look for suggestions while I try to
There
keep up
haven't
with the
been any
chat.
suggestions recently.
I mean, from was it Candybug who was just trying to curry my favor by saying they rated my book 5 stars? Because their suggestions should now get precedent because I am not above being bragged.
All right, Candybug, here's your chance.
Yep.
Was it Candy? I thought it was somebody.
Who was it?
It was Trope Trinity.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it was Trope Trinity. All right, Candybug, you know.
There you go. Yeah, no, Trope Trinity, here's your chance. All right, in the meantime, here's Bobby in full orb mode. That is what he looks like on my porch every day. He comes every day, late morning or around lunchtime, and if the seed has run out, because I put it out in the morning after I feed the horses, and if the seed is gone, because the other birds have eaten it, he pecks on the window. Or if they've eaten all of the seed that he wants, like his favorite kinds, he comes and pecks on the window. And then he pretends. Like this morning he fully forgot that he wasn't like a tame bird. Because he's not as afraid of us as he should be, which is one of the ways that we know that he's like from a farm or something, that he escaped off a truck or something. But like this morning, I went out to put out the seed and he was there earlier than he usually is. And he was just sitting there in the bushes, like watching me put out the seed. And then it was like he remembered that he's a wild bird now. And he was like, oh yeah. And then he ran away. It was like, Bobs, you were just sitting there watching me put out the food. All right. Now that I have spoken a great deal about little Bobbert, the Bob White.
All right, so we got a Cowardly Lion, Home Alone, the Fresno Nightcrawler as a Santa girl, a Yeti with a Pepsi, Bigfoot and Yeti doing the Spider-Man thing, an Abominable Snowman and a Yeti doing the Spider-Man thing, Bigfoot, Yeti, and Abominable Snowman doing the Spider-Man thing, Husky, Xmas, Christmas Carolers, Maven Val and a dog sled, Husk and Angel Dust under a blanket together, Frigid, Bigfoot, Abominable Snowman, epic version of a snowman, Frost Dragon.
Firelight did just submit another one. Giorgio curled up on Julian's filming chair after a long day of messing with Cassidy's project.
She is now curled up on the couch over here with her tail over her snoot, looking all innocent like she wasn't just trying to crawl on Cassidy's torso like a fucking horror movie, like
with her cursed claw just like snagged in my clothing. Trope Trinity does say to do a card with a cat with a pile of snow dropped on its head and it's grumpy.
I could do that.
Ooh, grumpy cat.
Grumpy cat. We do love a grumpy cat.
All right, I apologize for being so far behind, chat. I will try to catch up.
Hedgehog has Jack from The Shining Dead in the snow.
Just him like frozen. Who here is in a warm climate right now? I need to know who I should be mad at, as it is the feels like wait, what's the feels like temperature right now? It's actually warmer than it was the other day. What does my phone say? It might be wrong.
Oh, only -4.
Not bad.
Yeah, my phone says it's actually, we are above 1 degree.
Like
we are,
-4,
yeah, we're 5 degrees right now, and with a feels like of -4. Why, that's practically balmy.
A dream compared to last night.
And of course, during this big cold snap, the horses, they have a tank heater in their water, and I went out to give them their breakfast in their water, and it was frozen, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to go get a shovel from one of the other outbuildings, so I trucked my way across the snowy tundra that is our property and dig out the cords because they had become detached. I was like, which is better than like the tank heater was broken.
An ad.
But of course, oh, it's an ad. Hang on, I will wait. I will regale you more.
Okay.
It's better than the heater being broken, especially since I just bought that new. But still extremely annoying, and of course happened during the super cold snap. So I had to be as maximum misery trying to troubleshoot this problem.
Alright. Hedgehog says, we're talking about books. I burned through Jeff Vandermeer's Southern Reach series in a month.
Oh, I should know that one. It sounds familiar.
Annihilation.
Oh, yeah. I read the first one and saw the movie. Neither of them particularly stuck with me. I thought they were both fine in their own ways.
Trope Germany says they don't think Dungeon Crawler Carl would be for them. It sounds like it's a comedy, and I don't like fun and happiness.
That's, part of my problem. I don't like fun and happiness either. Now, I have a really hard time with comedy books. My reading sense of humor is very, very selective.
Bunny shares that they feel the Southern Reach trilogy is so good, so they also enjoyed that one.
By the way, if you do find yourself loving the humor of Borderlands, the game Borderlands, or games, you will like Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's the same humor.
Also, Hedgehog Dilemma says, oh, I don't wreck what I said. I loved it, but...
Don't read it.
Alright, come on. YouTube is being funny on me. I'm trying to get it. There we go. Candy Bug says there's a very shady, sexy elf assassin man love interest in the Legacy of Magic series who also seeking out the main character's mom, and annoyingly the books keep having to mention how the main character lusts after him.
Well, yeah. What else are you supposed to do with a shadowy, sexy elf man?
Be annoyed by him? Offer him a joint?
I mean, you can be annoyed by him, but only because he's so hot. Like, you have to be annoyed by his hotness. Those are the rules.
I'm still... Trope Trinity says they need to finish the Southern Reach series. Book 1 was great, even though the biologist referred to snakes as poisonous.
It's
supposed to be
Rookie
bad.
mistake. It's venomous.
Firelight is reading Project Hail Mary in January and hopes they like it. Hedgehog's like, oh, I didn't know it was of the year. My bad.
Yeah, Hedgehog, what's your favorite of the year?
Firelight has more cute ideas. I think Cassidy caught them. Trope Energy. I listen to a podcast that starts their reading year early and ends it early for the purpose of stats.
I never pay attention to how many books I read. There are so many people who like get so invested in how many books they can read in a year, and it's like, why do we care? Read however many books you want. Did you read a number of books that made you happy?
Candiva goes, though the shady, sexy elf assassin man is more interesting than most romanticy men because he's a clean freak, is able to control his emotions, and has a very dry sense of humor. Yeah, I don't think any of them have a dry sense of humor.
They pretend to. They're all supposed to be very, like, snarky, but mostly they're just annoying.
Trope Trinity is trying to defend themselves. They're like, I don't give all of Julian's books 5 stars. I would not do it if I didn't mean it.
But, you know, all my books are 5-star worthy, of course. We all know it. Now, I trust my viewers to be honest with their reviews. Like, I know there's some people would blow smoke up a creator's ass and be like, yeah, I loved your book, even if it was like mid. But like, if my books are mid, my viewers will just fully just leave that as a review. And also, I don't check my reviews except to get a basic overview of vibes. So like, you never have to worry that I'm gonna find your review and be like, oh, I hate you now.
Hedgehog Dilemma says the following books are very different from Annihilation. I could see the drop off. Structure, and he's like, I don't know what I could request that would do better than The Quail.
Okay, we have the Giorgio. I think I got that. Wait, did I get that one? Yeah, I got that one. Hedgehog asks if there is a drawing theme, and it is cold as balls is our theme for tonight. And Callison did just share that in the chat. We got the Grumpy Cat. We have the Jack. Did Cassidy have a favorite book of the year?
I replied, I did horrible with reading real books this year.
Do you have a favorite fanfic of the year?
Good question, because I'm not sure which ones I just comfort reread.
Wait, which fandoms were your comfort fanfics in?
The Hobbit.
Oh.
Although I did finish Babel finally. It took me a long time because it's real heavy. But
Yeah.
It was good.
From what I hear, yes, it is. Everyone, I'm trying to draw a house and it's going very poorly.
Just draw like the first house anyone draws.
Yeah,
like
just a little square.
triangle.
Yep. For sure drew that house many a time.
All right, we have a new suggestion: a narwhal and a beluga playing.
Firelight does say that Bobby is an adorable orb, reminds them of their special Robin from years back. They named him John Wick because he looked like he fought a cat and won.
Oh, Bobby is so freaking cute. Like everybody should.
Everyone, I need your help. Trope Trinity does say they're in Florida right now, so we can be angry at them. In addition to being angry at them, it is also 69 degrees out right now.
Nice.
Kate Andres says California too.
Oh man, all you people.
Bonnie says it's 62.
Well, that's swimsuit weather.
Right? I was sweating my ass off when I was in California last weekend, so it makes sense.
Mouse, the horse is so fluffy right now for winter that like I rode her when it was like 60 and she was sweating just from an easy ride because she's so fluffy.
We have a suggestion of Frankenstein stalking the creature across the Arctic.
I assume you mean Frankenstein's. Oh no, it is
Monster.
Frankenstein stalking his creature. Okay, I was
Or that, yeah.
Frankenstein's monster stalking a creature, but no, it's him. All right, here we have the cat. I decided to expound upon it. It not only has snow on its head, but it went outside because cats think they want to go outside, and mistakes were made, and now it is full of regrets.
Naja, if you ever escape.
Yeah, all my postcards have like stories to go with them. this time.
Did you get the narwhal?
I have it written down. All right.
Alrighty, next postcard, everybody. You can keep hitting me with those ideas, guys. You never know what's gonna spark my crazy little fancy.
So, new ideas. Frankenstein chasing his monster across the Arctic. Narwhal and beluga playing. Jack dead in the snow. We got the grumpy cat. I will cross that off. Giorgio on your filming chair, exhausted after playing with Cassidy's crafting plans. We have a frigid Bigfoot. We have a frost dragon. We have an epic version of a snowman, an abominable snowman.
An abdominal snowman.
Maeve and Val on a dog sled. Husky X-Men's carolers. Bigfoot and Yeti doing the Spider-Man thing. Yeti with a Pepsicle. Yeti with a Pepsi. Fresno Nightcrawler in a Santa Girl outfit. And a Cowardly Lion home alone. We do have upvotes for caroling huskies from Firelight.
Caroling huskies. I've drawn so many huskies.
We had a comment from Kenny Bug. The cold doesn't bother that cat until it does.
I
We have the giant Goron breathing the blizzard from Majora's Mask.
Did the giant Goron breathe a blizzard in that game? It's been a very long time. One of them. Oh, I was going to draw the Giorgio one because she's sleeping over there, so I could just use her as a model.
Just draw her completely mummified in the yard.
Drawn from life here.
All right.
Violet does say the Yeti could be trying to drink the Pepsi, but it's frozen.
Oh, we do have a Link frozen in a block of ice suggestion that I missed.
No, Jojo, I'm drawing you. Stop. You were sleeping in the most adorable pose. Yes, go back to the pose. There we go. Yes. Perfect, perfect. Hold that pose.
Trinity says they really want to read Frankenstein, and I enjoyed it. And it's probably one of the first books I've reread, or one of the oldest books I've reread.
Really?
Like
you I didn't even know you had read Frankenstein a first time.
Yeah.
Wow. I have not, because I don't think I would like it, and I don't want that baggage in my life of having read it and everybody and then not liking it and then having to deal with the fact that I didn't like it. It's bad enough that I've read Pride and Prejudice and didn't like it.
I had to read it in high school, but it was in like old Spanish. That was hard.
Oh god.
I don't remember anything other than I hated translating it.
I bet. Dang. Ooh, we have a recommendation from Hedgehog when the tiger came down the mountain. They say that is a good one and short. Trinity likes books with excessive descriptions of swamps and marshes. Hedgehog's favorite of the year so far is a tie between Southern Reach or Blood Over Brighthaven, or just rereading Murderbot. You did miss, I think, Hedgehog. I think my favorite for the year was the most recent Murderbot book that came out. Callison says they're awful, which I'm glad we finally admit that. But specifically, they only read like 2 real books this year. Bug. The Sexy Elfman of the Legacy of Magic series is not a shadow daddy at all, and he's more of a dual-wielding D&D ranger type of a character. So instead of a shadow daddy, he's just Drizzt. Does Drizzt count as the original shadow daddy? I don't think so, because the shadow daddy has like specific implications that I don't think.
I'm pretty sure the first like shadow daddy as we know it now is Rhysand from the Court of Things.
Crowns and
Court of Nouns series.
I mean, I can think of some god-awful books I read as a teenager that might have predated it. I cannot remember the series names though, but they're all horrendous vampire books.
Hedgehog Dilemma Kirkus himself. No, wait. We're all completely besides ourselves by Karen Joy. Fowler was really good too. She keeps correcting herself on what other book was actually her favorite. Trope Trinity read a Reddit no sleep story, and it was on Goodreads, so they marked it.
Hey, you can put not published books on Goodreads.
Bunnet is also in Florida, taunting us, cold folks up here.
I've been watching these reels by this Irish guy who's learning about Wisconsin, and it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. He just keeps going deeper. He's like, what? Every time he finds out some new bizarre weather phenomenon. Right now, he's learning about the Great Lakes and all of the weather that provides. And he is like, that's not a lake. That can't be a lake. And I'm like, yes, it is. That is a lake, friend. And he just learned about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald and has also now listened to the song. So that's giving me life right now.
See, like, the things like the Great Lakes are so rare. Like, if it was not freshwater, they would be inland seas.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, freshwater inland sea is probably more directly accurate than lake. But
they put a great in front of it. They were like, close
it's
enough.
Fine. It's so weird to think about because he'd never heard the song, and like here it is so like it's what you listen to in November.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the November song.
And then
what did they listen to in November in Ireland if not the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
And you can't even go in shorts or anything without like every other line
yeah
Edmund Fitzgerald.
like I don't like people who live in other states, like, are you familiar with that? Has that gone wide?
Or people in other states, do you have random, eerie, impactful songs that are like your unofficial state anthem?
Yeah, I mean, I never heard about it as a kid until I came to Wisconsin for college, but so maybe it really is just a Midwest thing.
It's too good to be just a Midwest thing. Like, it's
That's
it's a
true.
certified banger, and
It is. Candy Buck says the clean freak thing is funny because of the Elf Assassin man will clean things up but pretend he didn't. Because he can't admit that the place being dirty bothered him because he wants to pretend he's only cool and distant. We got some poor kitty comments. You can never go wrong with a cat. Nicole doesn't butt the cat until it does. Carolyn Huskies, the giant Goron. Yeti could be trying to drink the Pepsi, but it's frozen. Yeti drinking Pepsi expansion idea.
yeah, you mentioned that one already.
No, but he can't drink the Pepsi because the Pepsi is frozen.
Oh, I beat you to that one earlier.
Okay.
Oh.
You're just not listening to Cassidy is what's happening.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat. There's so many conversations. Trope Trinity loves Zelda, so I think is in favor of the Goron or Frozen Goron Blizzard or Link in Ice Cube suggestions. Hedgehog says you had to put him to sleep so he would stop blowing wind and you can get into the dungeon. I think that's the Goron that was blowing the blizzard.
It has been such a long time since I didn't actually play Majora's Mask. I played Ocarina of Time when I was a kid, but that was before I had a lot of choices about the video games that I could play. That kind of game is just not the type of game that I enjoy playing, but I did watch my brother beat Majora's Mask numerous times.
Trope Trinity asks how you feel about the new TSC and TSS covers.
I don't like them. We've been discussing this a lot in the Discord, plugging the Discord again, which you can gain access to at any tier of my Patreon. So $1 a month and you get access to these delightful conversations. We're talking about the covers, and we are pretty much all in agreement that the original Savior's Champion cover was better than the new one, and we don't particularly like or really understand the other covers.
So,
it doesn't make sense looking at it.
Trope Trinity kind of confirms they like the original cover with the bloody hands. It felt more like a distinct symbol for the book that stood out.
Yeah, and Jenna did do a video explaining why she changed it, and I understand why she changed it, but eliminating the elements that made it stand out, I feel was a mistake.
And then Trope Trinity says it like the Mockingjay pin, but not as iconic, but still a distinct symbol for the book.
Yeah, now they're just so bland. You could pop those covers onto any other Romantasy, and no one would notice.
And then Lunar Muse agrees about the covers as well. Then Hedgehog Dilemma says they loved Frankenstein. Oh, the chat moved. There are copies of the original 1818 version somewhere, I think they're asking or saying. And Firelight says Frankenstein was their first favorite classic. And asks, Julian, did you watch The Substance? I saw a post about it a month ago about reading it as an ace horror.
I did not. I have not watched it. Sometimes body horror can squick me, and I've heard enough about it where I worry that it might be the kind of body horror that will squick me out and I won't like it. Only certain types of body horror do squick me out, but it felt like it might be the kind that does.
Hedgehog Dilemma counters, I think, the Frankenstein being their first favorite, or maybe counters me saying they can't make up their mind about what their favorite of the year is. They say they don't see a point in picking a favorite.
The point in picking a favorite is so that you can say what your favorite is when somebody asks you what's your favorite. All right, here we go. Oh, hang on, I got to do her markings. I forgot to do JoJo's markings.
Trope Trinity says they do not know our November song.
All right, well, everybody, your homework for tonight when we're done is to go look up the song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You will not be disappointed. You're going to be like, what the fuck? You're not going to know what to expect?
And be your new obsession.
It's gonna worm its way into your soul.
Right. Hedgehog Dilemma says their coworker reminds them of the Edmund Fitzgerald anniversary every year.
Why do you need to be reminded? The song is right there, playing on everything all the time.
And then Trope Trinity asks, who is this sexy, neat freak elf assassin? And if I remember correctly, they are a character from the Legacy of Magic, recommended by one of the other people in the stream that I have forgotten their name because I did not write it down at the moment.
All right, here she is. Here is Giorgio sleeping upon my chair, which took me way too long to draw because it's a object and I can't draw those after causing havoc. But she's sleeping quietly at the moment.
I mean, the needles are still in the ball of yarn. That's not that much havoc at all.
Clearly, she stole it fully. Just stole the whole thing.
Which was her plan originally.
That's what she was going for when I looked over and saw her climbing up Cassidy's torso. All right, I've got 2 more postcards, y'all.
We have a new suggestion of ferret in a scarf cooking their own dinner.
What would a ferret cook for dinner?
Everything.
Kibbles.
I could
Toads.
see them and Nigel plotting together.
Ferrets are very, very picky eaters. So, like,
It's just a giant pot with a stir stick, and like the ferrets like can barely manage the stir stick, or they run off with the stir stick.
I'm picturing Nigel like Scar and all the ferrets like the hyenas.
I could see a ferret that was raised on raw meat liking a burger.
True.
All right, I'm gonna run with that idea because that sounds cute.
Tiny bird, a rotisserie chicken.
I would have to convince my ferrets to try the chicken.
If you tie it to a string.
Some of our ferrets would like fish.
Lamb likes fish under the right conditions. Like I bought those little minnows, and Lamb likes fish, so I'm like, oh, I'll buy those little minnow cat treats that are just like freeze-dried minnows. I'm like, surely he will like it. No, turned up his snoot. He only likes the freeze-dried fish that is already cut up into pieces.
Like a giant salmon that is freeze-dried into fleshy bits.
He likes it cut into chunks.
Mr. Young asked Julian, what about Dracula? Did you read the book or watch any of the movies?
I've seen Dracula movies, but I have also not read the book. I just don't like the style of the time, and a lot of older books is just not for me. Like, you know, some people don't like the modern style of writing. I just don't like the older style of writing. I know that about myself. So rather than read a classic and not like it, and then have everybody hate me, I just don't read it.
Luna Muse says Tumblr rereads Dracula every year and also agrees the bloody hands are so iconic, and then cries.
Yeah.
Hedgehog is aghast on the old conversation. Julian didn't like Pride and Prejudice?
Not the book.
She does enjoy several of the shows.
Now, to be fair, me not liking it is not the same as me thinking it's bad. Because when I was reading Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen is like masterful. Like I could appreciate her craft and what she was doing. The way that she seamlessly weaves point of view to point of view, flawless, 10 out of 10, no notes. I just don't like the style. It's all just not my taste. It's not that I think it's bad. It's not that I think it's poorly written. I wish I did like the style, because then I could be like everybody else and be like, oh my gosh, Pride and Prejudice, ah! But I can't.
Trope Trinity says they didn't like the substance, to be honest, and I don't like body horror, and to be honest, I don't like the method of condemning exploitation by being exploited. And she's also like, sorry, I'm a hater.
Hey, we all came here to be haters, man. That's what we're here for. We're here for on this channel.
Hedgehog says that if I pick a favorite, it's tired and I have to quantify it. Being like, you know what I experienced recently and don't hate? It is easier. There's a thing I experienced recently and didn't hate it. Kat Endress says, maybe I just know the song because I'm old. So Kat Endress does know the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Where is Cat Enders from? I don't know.
Where are you from? How far from the Midwest? And do you have family in the Midwest?
More family in the Midwest, yeah. Coolin, okay, new suggestion, ferret and scarf cooking. I got that.
They're in California.
Ooh, Cali.
I mean, another shipping-focused state, so maybe that's why.
Or
LA.
they might have family in the Midwest, maybe.
This suggestion is inspired by the fact that I love to cook my cat's food, so that's where the ferret cooking a meal came from. Candybug says the cat doesn't want any ball of yarn. She wants a danger ball of yarn. Coolin, ground chicken, fillet of fish, fish oil, blended into a slurry because my cat is 18 years old.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're getting there. We're getting there with Nigel for sure. When the dog was very, very old and on her way out, I was making her meals.
Yeah. Once again, we have another vote for caroling huskies. Why aren't you going to draw caroling huskies
I've
yet?
already drawn multiple huskies.
It only needs to be 2. It could be 1 and 2 puppies, or like 3 puppies, like looking super cute with bows and stuff.
Are you under the impression
trying to
that
carol,
puppies are
but
not huskies?
Crappy
Like
caroling.
puppies are still huskies.
Yes, but they're smaller and or easier for you to draw.
Smaller doesn't mean it's easier to draw, Adam.
Short, fewer lines, less
That's
draw.
That's not true at all. Usually smaller actually means harder to draw.
Trope Trinity says they're addressing Christmas cards while watching this.
Nice, nice.
I hope you send out snarky comments and or have a very fun and entertaining diorama on your Christmas card photo, if you do that. Coolin says, Firelight, that's just a husky on any day of the year, though.
Yeah. Get a husky, it's free caroling all the time.
Firelight's like, okay, Coolin, but we'll just give them scarves and put them screaming outside a house. Hedgehog wants to clarify they were not aghast that Julian did not like Pride and Prejudice. They were asking for further info, and I believe you provided that further info.
I did. Probably more info than anybody wanted, needed, or wished I would ever say.
Firelight says they have a whole rant about Dracula, but they're too brain dead for it today.
Oh, man. Oh, you gotta give us your Dracula rant at some point.
Indeed. Hedgehog shares they can never rec books to anyone, so if I got offended every time someone didn't like a classic, I'd die.
Some people who love classics are really into the fact that they love classics, and if you don't love classics, you're wrong and stupid. Obviously, that is not Hedgehog's view, but that is some classics lovers I have encountered.
So Kat says their only family in the Midwest is their nephew who moved to Cleveland last year. So, and they have not learned about the Edmund Fitzgerald this year. So I hypothesize more that it's popular in California because it is certain areas are definitely more like ocean-going, cargo hauling part of their economy.
Maybe it got some radio play there briefly or
Yeah.
something.
Although she also says they have a grandniece, but they're only a couple months old. But maybe now that they have a grandniece that was born into the Midwest, the song is in their blood.
It just like seeped over, infecting.
Luna Muse says, looking up Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and it's the second result in the suggestions.
It's the first result of the AI summary.
Probably. Trope Trinity wants to get into Gothic literature because I love all of the movies. Kat says they heard it on the oldies and classic radio station.
Oh, there you go.
So it might be.
Got some radio play.
Yeah. Right. And I finally caught up on the chat.
Do you have top messages on?
Nope.
You missed Firelight.
That is live chat, and maybe I missed Firelight on purpose.
Rude.
Except someone they follow posted, oh crap, I got that. People who saw the substance in theaters are lucky because they got to trauma bond together.
Candybugs shares, some classic lovers are like that one author who told a black academic to spin on a tag.
Oof.
Indeed. When the black academic made the suggestion to have more modern works and works by non-white authors as part of the classics.
We need to start having modern works as part of, much more as part of like reading. Like, it's fine to keep reading the classics as well, but like, can we also appreciate that modern writers are also writing very good books?
Mm-hmm. Or like pick up a classic from another culture and bring it in.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds amazing.
I would have loved to have read some of the stories from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms era, which is kind of like, from my very light understanding, one of the major classics of Chinese culture. Firelight does cry out that I missed their comment, and then thanks Cassidy.
I am the true admin.
Hedgehog mentions Octavia Butler, his Wood Writer Booker.
Indeed.
Trope Trinity asks, are classics classics because they stand the test of time or because they're in school? And at
yes.
one point, it's because they stood the test of time, because there's a certain level of classics like Homer and the Iliad that was like, has been retold for definitely centuries. I don't know if that one's quite millennia. But some of the classics, more modern classics, are classics because they're taught as classics in the schools.
And they're taught as classics in schools because white men said so.
Yeah.
I watched a whole video about like why the canon is the canon, and I don't remember most of what the person said, but a lot of it boils down to because white men said so.
Mm-hmm. Hedgehog says, I tried for years to find water margin when I was a teen. Maybe I'd have better luck now.
What is
water margin, Hedgehog? Tell us, enlighten us. Cat Endra says, I remember reading somewhere that the reason schools assign a lot of classic works is because they're out of copyright and therefore available in cheap paperback editions. And that definitely has some effect on it, because trying to get other works would be like, oh, $20 a book? No budget for that, especially in some of our poorer schools in America.
Heck, even in our richer schools at this point.
Firelight says, did anyone have to read Things Fall Apart? It was one of my faves from English class. It's an African classic written by the locals going about their lives while the white people try to convert them. I've not read that one, but that's very similar to the Poisonwood Bible, which I enjoyed reading many years ago. And Firelight clarifies, convert them to Christianity. And probably capitalism, but you know.
Catholicism, you mean?
Yeah.
Catholicism.
I said capitalism. She said Christianity.
Capitalism, okay. I thought you were saying Catholicism.
Hedgehog Lama says, Quentin Fadiman had a lifetime reading plan of classics that he expanded to include more authors from other countries that I took real seriously as a kid. Water margin classic Chinese literature like Rome. So Hedgehog Dilemma is recommending Water Margin, which is a classic Chinese literature. Let me write that one down too.
All right, guys, I have a dilemma. And not a hedgehog dilemma. So I've got ferrets who are cooking, and one ferret is adding a fish, and one is adding a chicken. piece of chicken. Whole chicken, no. But what is the third ferret adding? I've got him. He's all posed. But what do I put in his little hands?
What are they again? What do you have?
We've
so
got
far?
a fish and a
Fish.
piece of chicken.
Fish, piece of chicken,
The container of mushy.
another ferret.
I don't quite have room, but
All right, chat. We'll give you a few moments here if you've got any suggestions of what the third ferret is throwing in.
keeping in mind that ferrets are obligate carnivores, they cannot eat anything that's not meat.
I mean,
Not that
hamburger,
stops them from trying.
that patty could be a thing. One of our little dehydrated treat cubes, perhaps.
I was thinking about maybe that one.
Potato. Kate Andrews says they should. Chai wants a potato after all.
Chai loves potatoes. She doesn't want to eat them though. She wants to hoard them.
Oh no, we've got an advertisement.
No advertisement.
Oh, mine's
Let me see. Cheeto, a chip.
I was just saying that ferrets shouldn't have things besides meat, and
I
you're
know,
like,
but
let me list a bunch
actually,
of things.
One of them grabbed it and was like, fuck it, we're throwing it in.
hot dog.
Pepperoni.
Someone said mushroom. Or Lunar Muse said mushroom. Those are almost meat. Firelight says, I like the potato. Also spices.
Could be spices.
Ferrets come pre-spicy.
Mistletoe for flavor.
Hmm.
Giant Christmas ham.
Maybe. How would I draw that? All right. I'm going to start drawing it, and if somebody comes up with like an amazing suggestion, I will change it.
Ooh. Hedgehog dilemma. Help me remember on the side, if we want to hunt down water margin, one of my good friends married a man from China, and if we can perhaps not find water margin, they might be able to assist us in finding water margin. Yes, it's all coming together. Hedgehog says they intend to read Things Fall Apart, and Trump Trilogy read Things Fall Apart in school and say it was good. And they also want to read The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Candybug says, I'm also going to read more indie books, but I need to spend money because my library doesn't have indie stuff.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
A lot of indies you can get cheap if you're willing to read them on a device instead of actually like get the paperback. All right, here they are. 3 ferrets making a stew. I decided the last one is holding some of our freeze-dried ferret treats. I'm making a delicious stew. Maybe some mushies. They're making mushies. All right, I got one last postcard. What do we got?
All right, chat. I'm going to read through our list of suggestions. You've got about 30 seconds to throw in any final suggestions. I do think I need to call out Frost Dragon and the Huskies doing a carol. These have been mentioned quite a bit. An epic version of a snowman, perhaps an abominable snowman.
Perhaps an abdominal snowman.
A frigid Bigfoot, Husky, and Angel Dust under a blanket together. Maeve and Val on a dog sled. Jack dead in the snow. Husky Christmas Carol. Wow, what was this bird? Oh, a narwhal and a beluga playing. Bigfoot and Yeti doing the Spider-Man thing. Frankenstein chasing the monster across the ice. Yeti with a Pepsi, perhaps with a Pepsi that is frozen and he can't drink out of it, though he is trying. A giant Gora breathing a blizzard. Link frozen in a block of ice. A ferret in a scarf cooking dinner. You kind of got
Yeah,
that.
I kind of covered that. I didn't give them
Fresno
scarves, but
Nightcrawler in Santa Girl outfit. Cowardly Lion, Home Alone, and Cassidy. Do we have? We definitely have more votes for Caroling Huskies.
Caroling Huskies.
I don't know why everybody
Maybe-
likes caroling huskies so much.
Maybe their Pepsi's frozen instead. And Abdominal Snowman. Snowman is just ripped.
I'm kind of tempted by the abdominal snowman, honestly. I think it'd be funnier than the huskies.
Yeah.
Huskies are just gonna be huskies. They're just gonna look like huskies.
That's true.
I mean, huskies are cute though.
Yeah, but I've already drawn 2 huskies.
A childhood obsession with huskies because of the movie Snow Dogs or Sled Dogs.
Oh, yeah, there was a movie,
With
Snow
the
Dogs, yeah.
dentist who like accidentally had a sled dog team or something.
I don't think I actually saw that movie. I saw it advertised a lot on like my VHSs that I had.
Oh, don't worry, it was 90% of my childhood personality.
I came around to huskies by way of Balto, so
Well, Balto in that movie really cemented it.
I still have memories of going to see Balto in theaters as a kid and me being like, this is the best movie I have ever seen or will ever see.
Oh, Hedgehog did say the goose and polar bears from Balto. I forgot about the geese and polar bears.
Boris the Goose.
Yep.
The polar bears were so superfluous. They could have been cut out. Did anybody else notice that Balto has no speaking lines except for one after he like takes over the sled team? He stops talking. He just shuts the fuck up.
I need to rewatch that now.
I think he says like Jenna or something at the very end when he comes running up, which could have been pre-recorded.
They haven't. Okay, so catching up to chat. Firelight hasn't revisited things fall apart since school, but remembered being good. Hedgehog says their school was terrible for reading. The class was so bad as they just had us read John Hersey's Hiroshima because nobody could follow it. Not a great class. Ferret Dilemma. Potato, mistletoe, chili peppers, sausage. Hedgehog thinks they based some of Suikoden in Japan off of the either Water Margins or Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I'm not sure which one they're talking about there. JRPG. I am familiar with Suikoden. Yes. Candybug. I'm not a very holiday-spirited person. I only really like the shiny lights and decorations. I, too, like shiny things, Candy.
I'm with you. I'm all about the shiny lights and the decorations. I don't watch Christmas movies or anything. The only thing I like to do is watch my favorite YouTubers tell me about bad Christmas movies. Like, that's the Christmas movies I'm excited about. I'm like, ooh, is so and so going to review a bad Christmas movie this year? I can't wait. Like, that's my holiday movies.
So Lunar Muse asks, so are we starting a book club now with our suggestions here? Candy does also like the holiday sales. We did get a good sale item this year ourselves.
We did. We got a whole new TV. After our old TV, we got secondhand when we bought it.
No,
Yeah, we did. We got it from a pawn shop.
that's the upstairs one, I think.
This one, the downstairs one, got it from a pawn shop.
But
I remember going to buy it.
we got one from a pawn shop. But there was the one that I got with as a gift for you with weight loss money.
Was that a TV?
It was a TV, and I thought it was the downstairs one.
Maybe it was the downstairs one. You definitely got a TV at a pawn shop, but
The
maybe
pawn shop is the upstairs one because I remember like I had to get the brackets for it, and we waited forever.
Oh
The
my!
downstairs one was
Everybody's riveted by the TV conversation.
years and years ago.
So long.
I needed motivation to lose weight, so I joined like a competitive weight loss group at my work that paid out money every week for whoever lost the most that week. And I got like $400 or $500 from the pool because nothing gets me going like competition.
Yeah.
And the goal was to spend all of that money on a shiny new TV for Julian, so we could read the Dragon Age text. Because our old TV, we couldn't read or make out the Dragon Age text because the graphics were too bad or the resolution was too bad on it. So yes, that was the old TV that has now been wrapped up and put into retirement.
Candybug says they can't do a book club because they're a very slow reader nowadays, and reading subpar books is an even slower process for them, like with the Grimm and Oro books.
I was in a book club for a minute with some friends of Adam's, but I got pretty disillusioned with it pretty fast.
Well, and then life got hard, and we didn't have energy to like keep up with the book club and read their books.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed reading it and talking.
Did you or I ever get to suggest a book? Was it
None
ever
of the books we suggested were ever voted upon in the group.
Candybug says, oh wait, no, you read that one. Candybug says they're part of like book clubs, but they're able to do like 2 books for them a year.
Yeah, so they're part of multiple book clubs, but rarely ever get them done.
My mom is in a book club, but she works at a bookstore, so like that helps.
Firelight is disappointed. They really thought Julian would go for the Santa Girl Fresno Nightcrawler.
Sorry. I feel like I've already drawn my perfect Fresno Nightcrawler.
So at the Katsuna Con this year, I saw people dressed up as Mothman in fishnets and heels. And now I'm like, figure out how to be the Fresno Nightcrawler and fishnets and heels. Dress up as a big pair of pants.
I think it's doable. And you do full body suit, pair of pants, and then like you're like the zipper's down a little bit, and there's just black there, and that's where your like veil eye hole is.
No, what you need to do is get like a pair of pants that's really big and also stretchy that you can just pull up over you.
They have to be like, what do they call them? Parachute pants though?
Yeah.
It's like if you pull the crotch up, like
Yeah, you're gonna.
If you count my torso, I'd be interesting about it.
Violet was talking about, I think, Baltro, and he's like, he has no one to talk to at the end, though. Oh, the doggo. Yeah, he gets quiet at the end because he has no one to talk to at the end.
I mean, he's got a whole sled team to talk to. And also Jenna. He just shuts up. I think they recorded all of his lines, and then they were like, they changed maybe some parts of the ending, and they're like, well, these lines don't make any sense anymore. And it would be too expensive to have the author come re-record, or not the author, the actor come re-record. So he's just going to be quiet. He's going to be a quiet guy.
Candybug says they have weird taste in books, but not weird enough to disregard the writing craft and sentence formatting. Firelight also says they love book clubs, they just don't read every book.
Oh God, Ab.
Hedgehog says, we have the League of Extraordinary Book Lovers. And they read Starship Troopers for that. That's cool. I enjoyed Starship Troopers. It's a unique book.
I thought Starship Troopers was certainly a book that I have read. It's one of the books of all time.
Candybugs says, I'm so sick of dramatic line breaks.
All right,
I can't stand them anymore. Each with a line break, especially when done on every other paragraph.
All right. So here we have 2 snowman gym bros, the abdominal snowman and his buddy, the snowman who's like really working out his arms, but you know probably skips leg day because he doesn't actually have legs. So there you go.
Oh my God. Slow bunnies could be the nipples.
I thought about doing that. I did think about doing that. Then I was like, I'm not gonna do that, but that's not a possibility for the final product.
Well, Adam, apparently you recommended Starship Troopers because Hedgehog says that you both were in the book club.
Yeah, that was a very old book club. Ages ago. So long ago.
I do remember recommending it because it is, I think, the book that best captures the experience of basic trade
for soldiers. So
Certainly much better than Fourth Wing or Silver Elite. That's for damn sure.
Mhm. And then it has interesting political ideas that it's interesting to discuss and talk about, though it's far-fetched and extreme political ideas. But really, the value of it is even though it's a sci-fi book, it does a great job of encapsulating basic training. So if you've never been through basic and you want to kind of feel, understand what are the vibes like, what is it like emotionally for people, etc. Yeah, read the first half or quarter. Read until you get through basic training with Starship Troopers, and then if you don't like it, you can put it down.
The only thing I remember about that book, the only thing that's still in my memory, was I think the opening sequence where he was doing a really long jump of some kind, like a physical jump, and it was described in such detail. I was like, how many pages is this jump? That's the only thing I remember. I don't remember a damn thing else. Core day all the way. Yep.
Kenny was like, the person getting the buff snowman is so lucky, and how confused they will be.
I mean, I do explain it a little bit on the backs of them, so I'll be like, this is the abdominal snowman and his friend. They work out. They're Jim Bro snowmen.
Did you ever start explaining them after the? Oh my gosh, what was the titty dinosaur?
That one was hard to explain in the space of a. Sometimes I'm just like, someone asked me to draw this. It's their fault. If you want some control, come to the postcard streams and maybe you'll, if not get to choose, at least understand your postcard. One of these postcards is from my mother. I wonder which one she will choose.
Oh, yep, there we go. Candy Bug did mention the sexy dinosaur princess as well. I was trying to remember what we
There's some really, really unhinged ones out there in the universe, but some people are like, oh yeah, Julian, I keep all your postcards, I display them or whatever, and I'm like,
Snort.
I just imagine somebody with a bunch of my lovely ones, with cute animals and stuff like that, and then they get titty dinosaur princess, and they're just like, maybe I won't display this one.
I do have my K-Cup Silver Surfer. Oh my god. Of course, I'm forgetting the other one on either side of my monitor, so I'm having a shitty meeting. I just look over and laugh.
There he is. Yet another service that I provide you, just unhinged bullshit for you to look at and feel slightly happier. Oh, Fireline has to finish their short story this weekend and submit it. Woo!
Yeah. And then I get to hear stories about your short story.
Mm-hmm. Is it the one that I have read multiple times? I assume so. I just want to see if I can find a photo album to store mine properly. Oh, for your postcards.
Oh, that's a good
that'd be
idea.
fun.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
All right.
Because they're about photograph size, so.
Everyone in the chat, you must use whatever methods you have to encourage and remind Julian of this beautiful idea, which she should scan all of her postcards that she creates and then put out coloring books once a quarter or once a year, which are just like the black and white copies of her postcards in a book that people can spend $5 on and get a coloring book that's fun and interesting.
No, that would not be a good idea. We should do that. No.
It would be a beautiful idea. It would be easy.
Because
be
look,
fun.
they're small. So would it just what would a coloring book page be? Would I just try to blow this up really big, or would I do 2 per page? Or
We'd probably
something?
do a smaller sized book, and then 2 per page, probably.
Okay.
And it could even be a postcard themed coloring book. Then you just perforated and you pull them out and you've got your own postcards to send to people that you
This
colored
sounds like
in.
a lot of work.
What is it there's A, B, C, different sizes. Of
A4
paper.
and A7.
This sounds like a lot.
People are pretty excited about it.
Yeah, well, these people don't have to actually physically do it.
Once we get the first one done, it's just a matter, we get the formatting, we get the style of the book, it's just a matter of putting new images in.
My scanner is not very good, and it takes me a super long time to scan things in. So, I either need a better system for scanning things or some other kind
mean,
of method for getting them
You may
digitized.
have volunteers around here who would be willing to help you with scanning. Isn't that
If
right,
you-
Giorgio?
Yeah, if you guys are committed to this,
We'll switch
Adam
you into
mostly.
it.
Adam mostly, if you're committed to this, we're about to start a new year. Maybe this is the new year where you scan in all of my postcards and you turn them into a coloring book.
I'll keep an eye out for scanning.
I've got a scanner. It's just like I don't know if it just doesn't talk to my computer correctly or I didn't put in the right settings or something. Because it'll scan the images, but like sometimes it cuts off a piece or like it's
I
weird.
do have 2 other scanners. One is the cheap printer that we got that costs less than the ink for it, and it came with the scanner. And also, I got like a hand scanner at one point to try to like.
Maybe
scan
the cheap printer
components of
scanner
video
would work
games.
better than the like thing with the actual just dedicated scanner.
Well, it is newer. I bet the
That's true.
dedicated scanner is like 15 years old. By
I
this
don't
point.
think it's 15 years old, but I would say it's maybe like 7 years old at this point.
Hedgehog says it'll be like those wild Victorian Christmas cards.
Yeah. AI could never back when people used to draw the silly bullshit. It was just higher quality silly bullshit, quite frankly. All right, y'all. We should wrap things up because Adam and Cassie probably want to go do other things with their lives.
We have a video to watch.
And we
If we have time.
and we have to maybe watch a thing. So Nigel has been sleeping next to me this entire time. You can kind of see his fur right here. Very cute, snoozing boy. And Giorgio has stopped doing crime. I only want human sourced cringe and subpar art. That's right. Man-made bullshit. That's what I say. New theme: Julian draws animals painted in old Victorian art. There you go. I mean, there were some there's like those old greeting cards had like hedgehogs sometimes and other like little creatures doing bizarre things.
They make a resurface every year of like weird Victorian artwork.
There wasn't a lot to do back then. They were like, let's make some real weird art, and I applaud them for it. All right, do you guys want to come say your goodbyes to
Certainly.
everyone? The dung beetle Christmas cards. One was just a dead bird. Yeah. All right, everybody, we're gonna say our goodbyes for the night. Are you ready?
Always ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, bye.
Bye.
Oh, I did.
And now I gotta end the stream, which will take a few minutes.